This might be one of the most important videos that you'll watch in this series. And the concepts that I'm about to share with you are going to be deep. They're not complicated, but they're going to be things that you're going to really have to spend time digesting, chewing on, and really thinking about these ideas. These are not things that you will just arbitrarily say, okay, I got it. You're really going to have to think about this. And you might be wondering, why is it that we put so much emphasis on this thing of mindset? Well, mindset is about starting to set your mind in a specific place or position for success, bringing your mind into a specific state of readiness for that success. And the truth is that being an entrepreneur, it's very lonely. It's a lonely venture. It's just you and no one else. No one's coming to save you. No one's coming to do it for you. No one is going to have the level of passion and commitment to your idea other than you. You're it. And I know that sounds really depressing because what we're about to talk about is, basically positive mindset. But this really means that it's all up to you. This means that you need to set your mind in a place that will yield the best results for you. And that's why we talk about this thing called mindset. Being an entrepreneur requires a high level of focus and commitment. It requires discipline. If you're not disciplined in other areas of your life, this is going to be a struggle. So you need to think about this as you're getting ready to open a business. Now, for me, I found that I was not disciplined enough in my health and I was having health problems. So I started going to the gym. And I have other things that I found I wasn't disciplined in. So I've had to start working on them. You may find things, this may expose things that are going on in your personal life that you're going to need to address. So it's complicated. But I'm going to tell you, if you understand the concepts that I'm about to tell you, it's going to change everything, not just for the potential of your business, but your personal life as well. Life is hard. In fact, poverty is hard. Not being able to pay your bills is hard. Taking risks and starting a business, they're also hard. But you're going to have to choose which hard you're going to take on. And also, circumstances are not an excuse to give up. Your past is not a reason to give up either. No more excuses, just action, movement, progress. That's what this is all about. So let's begin with this basic thought. We're going to begin with really what I consider to be one of the fathers of this area of mindset, and that's Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich is his book that he's famous for. He wrote other books, but Napoleon Hill famously taught that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, conceive meaning they think of it, and believe it, the mind can achieve it. Okay? But just thinking about something does not attract success. Okay? Just, oh yeah, I have this idea. That's not enough. It requires action. And in fact, Bob Proctor, who is another well-known teacher in this space, once said that it's about your thought patterns. If you stay positively focused on something, it activates your brain cells and puts in motion what we will attract. In other words, if we think about something, we stay focused on it in a positive way, it activates our brain cells and allows us to stay focused on it so we can put into action the things that are needed to attract that success to us. Kind of sounds mystical and magical, right? The way we deal with things in this process is so important. In fact, we may need to reframe how we talk to ourselves and how we think about things. Reframing is powerful. There is good in everything. That's why we emphasize this idea of learning from our mistakes. If you pay attention to any very successful person, you'll find that they will say, learn from your mistakes. How you view yourself, your self-talk, how you view money, how you view success is all powerful. If you have a negative view of yourself, it's going to be difficult. If you have a negative view on money, you're not going to attract money. If you have a negative view of power or success, you're going to struggle with it. So, how do we do this? How do we develop the entrepreneurial mindset? Now, it all begins with the way you think. Are you passionate about something? Now, hopefully, your business idea will be the thing that you become passionate about. It should become a burning desire. If you're coming up with a business idea, you haven't come up with it yet, you're thinking about it. I want you to think about this very carefully. Whatever your idea is, make sure that you are going to be passionate about it. If your idea is to do something in a space that you have no interest in, you can't stand it, it's going to be a challenge for you. It's not about making money, okay? That is the byproduct of what we're talking about here, the byproduct of pursuing success. When we pursue success in the channel of passion, the byproduct is money, okay? If you go into the saying, I just want to get rich quick, shut this video off, go on your way, because I'm not showing you how to get rich quick. I'm showing you how to build passion and focus and wealth for a lifetime and potentially generations beyond. This is not about getting rich quick, okay? Your idea needs to be burning within you. It's like if it goes away, it's like not being able to breathe. It's like your oxygen, okay? You have to start with this burning desire, that desire to achieve something that you want, okay? You need to be able to visualize it, what you want, be able to see it in order to get it. This is why you hear people say, oh, I'm going to put up a dream board, and they get pictures of fancy cars and houses and stacks of money, and they paste them on a board and they stick them up, or they have a dream book. Those are all great. If that's what you need to help you to stay focused on your passion of why you're doing this, that's great. But you need to be able to visualize what it is you want. Now, if you're visualizing that you want a fancy car, that's easy, okay? But if you're visualizing that you want to help people find a solution to their problem and help them to succeed, that's a lifelong journey. And you will never, ever grow tired of it because you will be so excited about it. That's what I do, why I do what I do, because so many people have come to me over the years and say, how do you do this? And I want to help them. The more passionate about things that you want, the more passionate you are about the things you want, the more you will be able to make it a reality. Wishing is passive. Oh, I wished I had $1 million. It will not get you there. Desire it. You have to be burning with it, burning with passion for it. I mean, if you want to be burning in passion for $1 million, that's great. Take a moment, ask yourself, what is it that I so deeply desire that I'm willing to stake my entire future on it to win? That's why we're starting with this before we even talk about how to come up with an idea or to take your idea and write a business plan. We have to deal with this mindset because everything we do from here on out is important. So once you have this deep desire, what next? You need to be able to set clear and actionable goals. I mentioned it in another video. Now, I'm often reminded about this time that I had in my life where I wrote down some goals. And in fact, this was in 2007. I wrote down some life goals. While it's not unusual for me to write these things down, the truth is, Scout's honor, I lost them. I lost the list during this time, and there was a great strife going on in my life. There was upheaval. I was, struggling with some things personally, and it was not until a few years later that I was going through a stack of papers and, I was getting rid of stuff I didn't need and filing and doing some things I should have done a long time ago, that I found the list and I began to read it. And nearly everything on that list I had completed or was in process of completing. Now, I don't recommend that you write something down and then lose the paper or stuff it somewhere and forget about it. But I think this illustrates this powerful thought of activating your brain, activating your thoughts by simple act of writing things down. I often wonder how much more successful I would have been if I had that list in front of me the whole time. One other thing I want to ask you, because this is about reframing what you say. How many times have you said something like, today is going to be a great day, or today is going to be a great day? However you say, whatever inflection you use, today is going to be a great day. Now, this seems like a positive statement, right? You've made a decision that today will be a great day. But here's the problem with it. What you're really saying is that today is going to be a great day at some point. You're telling yourself that at some point in the day, it's going to be good. But what if we told ourselves something like this? What if we decide to say today is a great day? You see the difference? It's going to happen sometime today. Maybe by the time you pillow your head, that's the part of the great day is you get to go to bed. Or today, right now, is a great day. Similarly, if we reposition how we think and how we speak about our goals, how much more successful can you be? Think about that. Whenever you focus on lacking, you attract more lack in your life subconsciously now. When you focus on a desire, you are consumed by the feeling of having that thing in your life. That's where thoughts are things. When you start thinking about it and you engage the brain cells and it moves into passion, you are going to pursue that with everything you have. You are extending that picture. You already have created a picture in your mind of what it would feel like to have that thing in your life. What it would feel like to do that thing. You know, I watch shows like The Voice and The X Factor and things like that. And a lot of times the judges will ask a question like, what is the dream? Why are you here? And the ones that have it, they're able to articulate exactly what it is they want. And they can say, I am where I need to be on that stage. And that's exactly what you have to do in your business life. This is the mindset of an entrepreneur. It is this desire that's going to catapult you into action that brings results. Think about that. It's the desire that's going to move you into the action that's going to bring you results. But it's consistent action that is important. You have goals that are clear and actionable. You act on those. You have a passion that you've engaged in your brain. You constantly are thinking about it. You are thinking about what it's going to be like, what it's going to taste like. But here's the thing. We don't stop at that. We are constantly creating new goals, new achievements, new dreams. Desire is going to push us out of our comfort zone. Because when you desire something, you will not sit idly by without doing everything possible to obtain that object of your desire. This creates attraction and brings into your life everything you desire. I have done this over and over again in my life. I have failed at it a lot too. And I have to keep reminding myself. I often tell people we're like a strainer or a sieve. You know, like if you're making pasta and you pour out the pasta into the strainer to get all the water out. We leak all the time. We have to keep reminding ourselves, what is our goal? Why are we passionate? Why are we doing this? It creates action and brings into your life everything that you desire. All of the super wealthy people in the world start with a certain amount of dreaming and hoping and planning and thinking and desiring before they ever became wealthy. Okay. They imagined riches before they saw them in their bank account. And Napoleon Hill says, wishing does not bring success, but desiring success with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire that success. And backing those plans with persistence will bring that success. Let me read that again. Wishing will not bring success, but desiring success with a state of mind that becomes an obsession, then planning definite ways and means to acquire that success, and backing those plans with persistence will bring success to you. So now that we understand that an entrepreneurial mindset is a specific set of beliefs and knowledge and thought processes that drive us to our behavior, let's explore some of those things that entrepreneurial mindsets tend to do. I'm just going to give you a brief list of them. Entrepreneurs with an entrepreneurial mindset believe in their abilities to succeed and influence their own outcomes. This is their ability to empower them and take ownership of their lives. Okay, you have to be in ownership of your life. You are empowered and you believe in your abilities. There's a difference here between being afraid. You may fear something, but you need to have the ability to say, I can do this. An entrepreneur with an entrepreneurial mindset has compelling goals that keep them future focused and intrinsically motivated, driving them to be self-directed, self-disciplined, action-oriented, and highly engaged in those things. An entrepreneur has optimistic interpretations. Now, this is where I was talking about earlier, where you're going to reframe things. You're going to look at failures as a teacher. Okay, there's good in everything, as Napoleon Hill says. You have to have an optimistic interpretation of adverse events and see problems as potential opportunities, becoming highly resilient, resourceful, and self-oriented, even within highly uncertain, resource-constrained environments. Remember, I said in my other video, flexibility makes possibility. Another thing that a entrepreneurial mindset has is the desire for lifelong knowledge. They seek to learn. If you know anything about Elon Musk, he has self-taught. He is constantly learning. He couldn't afford to go buy a rocket scientist or hire a rocket scientist rather, so he learned it himself. He learned how to be a rocket scientist. Now, I'm not saying you need to do that, but I'm saying you need to have the desire as a lifelong learner. Focus on micro experiments as learning opportunities, and you need to be able to test ideas, cultivate curiosity, creativity, and critical thinking. If that's not you, you either need to decide that's something you want to become, or you shouldn't be an entrepreneur. Okay? Display a high level of reliability and understanding of that follow through on simple solutions can lead to unforeseen opportunities. Follow through is everything. You also need to have a humanistic outlook, being other focused and understanding that one creates value by looking to solve problems for others. Remember, I said earlier that if you're focused on making money, you're going to make money. But if you're focused on helping people, you will make exponential amounts of money. That is important. And then finally, you need to surround yourselves with an intentional community of positive influence and critical guidance. These are the things that will help you unlock the entrepreneurial mindset.